Hi, I'm Dr. Jonathan, your nutrition specialist. Let's make healthy eating simple and powerful for your life. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself why men keep dying years before women? Here's a number that should stop you in your tracks. In most countries today, the average man will live to about 73 or 74, while the average woman reaches 79 or 80. That's 5 to 7 precious years that most men simply hand away without even realizing it. A lot of guys think it's because they ride motorcycles or climb ladders or eat steak every night, but those things are drops in the bucket. The real reasons are quieter, much more ordinary, and far more deadly.
And today, I'm going to reveal the 5 everyday habits that are stealing years from men all over the world. Here's what will shock most of you. Alcohol isn't number 1. In fact, alcohol only comes in at number 5. The habit that shortens a man's life more than anything else is something he does literally every single day and almost never questions. If even one of these 5 sounds familiar, please keep listening, because the good news is just as real as the danger. These years can be taken back, one small decision at a time. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss the simple, science-backed steps that can add real time to your life. And share this with one man you care about. It might be the most important thing you do for him all year. Let's begin. Number 5 on the list, the one most men expect to be number 1, is alcohol. Yes, it's harmful, but the damage is smaller than people think when you look at the full picture. Large studies show that moderate alcohol shortens the average man's life by roughly 2 to 3 years. That's less than smoking, less than obesity, and far less than the top 4 habits we're about to cover. But here's where it gets dangerous for many men. The pattern most guys follow isn't moderate at all. It's the classic weekend warrior style. Friday rolls around, the work stress melts away, and suddenly 4, 5, or 6 drinks disappear in a couple of hours. That single evening binge does more damage to the liver than drinking 1 beer every night for a week. Your liver can clear about 1 standard drink per hour. Anything beyond that overwhelms it. Fat starts building up, inflammation flares, and scar tissue begins to form. After 45, the liver recovers much slower than it did in your 30s. So the same Friday night ritual you laughed off at 35 hits twice as hard at 55. Add in the broken sleep, the higher blood pressure, the lowered testosterone, and the quiet inflammation, and those 2 or 3 lost years can easily become 8 or 10 for the man who thinks he only drinks socially. The fix is surprisingly gentle. Most men feel a huge difference just by giving themselves 3 or 4 alcohol-free days a week, sipping instead of gulping, and never letting the weekend become an excuse to punish the liver. Alcohol is a thief, but it's a slow one. And that's only number 5. Coming in at number 4 is a killer that hides in plain sight: chronic stress. A lot of men wear stress like a badge of honor. I've got a lot on my plate, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Well, science now shows that attitude can make that second part come true sooner than you think. One of the longest studies ever done followed thousands of men for over 30 years and found that those who lived under constant high stress lost an average of 4.5 years of life. The weapon is a hormone called cortisol. In short bursts, it saves your life, but when it's elevated day after day, it becomes toxic. Blood vessels stiffen, the heart works harder, immune function drops, blood sugar climbs, and inflammation spreads everywhere. Most men never connect their aching back, their afternoon fatigue, or their short temper to the pressure they never let go of. And because society still tells men to man up and push through, they bottle it up until the damage is done. The beautiful part is the body starts healing the moment you give it even a small release valve. 10 minutes of slow breathing, a short walk, talking honestly with someone you trust, or simply stepping away from the phone. You don't have to solve every problem today. You just have to lower the temperature a few degrees, and the repairs begin. Stress is deadly, but it's also reversible. And remember, it's only number 4. Coming in at number 3 will surprise a lot of guys because it doesn't feel like a health problem at all: social isolation. As men get older, their circle quietly shrinks. The buddies from college, the teammates, the coworkers, they all drift away. Kids grow up, work takes over, and suddenly Saturday morning is just you, the TV, and the dog. Study after study now ranks loneliness right up there with smoking 15 cigarettes a day when it comes to cutting life short. A massive review of over 300,000 people found that men with weak social connections have a 50% higher risk of dying in any given year. The weapon is a hormone called cortisol. In short bursts, it saves your life, but when it's elevated day after day, it becomes toxic. Blood vessels stiffen, the heart works harder, immune function drops, blood sugar climbs, and inflammation spreads everywhere. Most men never connect their aching back, their afternoon fatigue, or their short temper to the pressure they never let go of. And because society still tells men to man up and push through, they bottle it up until the damage is done. The beautiful part is the body starts healing the moment you give it even a small release valve. 10 minutes of slow breathing, a short walk, talking honestly with someone you trust, or simply stepping away from the phone. You don't have to solve every problem today. You just have to lower the temperature a few degrees, and the repairs begin. Stress is deadly, but it's also reversible. And remember, it's only number 4. Coming in at number 2 will surprise a lot of guys because it doesn't feel like a health problem at all. Sleep. "I'll sleep when I'm dead" is one of the most dangerous sentences a man can say because it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Men who regularly get less than 6 hours of sleep lose on average 7 to 8 years of life. Every hour below 7 is like aging your heart and brain an extra 2 to 3 years. When you cut sleep, your blood pressure rises, insulin resistance climbs, hunger hormones go high-wire, and inflammation spikes. One single night of 4 or 5 hours makes your cells act like those of a pre-diabetic. Do that for years and the damage adds up fast. Yet men proudly cut sleep to get more done, not realizing they're trading days of their life for hours of Netflix or scrolling. The turnaround is one of the fastest in all of health. 2 or 3 nights of solid 7 to 8 hours, and blood pressure starts falling, focus returns, cravings calm down, and natural energy comes rushing back. Keep a steady bedtime, dark, cool room, no screens 2 hours before bed, and watch your body thank you in ways you forgot were possible. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's the foundation everything else is built on. And now, the number 1 habit, the one that shortens men's lives more than alcohol, stress, loneliness, or lack of sleep combined: prolonged sitting. This is the silent epidemic nobody talks about because it feels completely harmless. A 20-year study tracking over 120,000 adults found that men who sit more than 8 hours a day have nearly double the risk of dying early, even if they exercise at other times. Sitting is the new smoking, but worse because it doesn't leave a smell or a warning. After just 30 minutes of uninterrupted sitting, your metabolism slows, blood pools in your legs, insulin effectiveness drops, and inflammation begins to rise. Do that for 6, 8, 10 hours a day, and the body literally starts shutting down. Muscle burns almost no calories, circulation weakens, the heart has to work harder, and the risk of blood clots, diabetes, heart disease, and several cancers climbs steadily. The scariest part, most men sit 12 to 15 hours a day between the car, the desk, the dinner table, and the recliner. But here's the life-changing truth. You don't need intense exercise to reverse it. The body starts recovering the second you stand up and move. Stand every 30 minutes, walk 5 minutes after meals, take calls standing, pace while you think. Choose the farther parking spot, take the stairs. These micro bursts of movement switch your muscles back on, restart circulation, fire up metabolism, and cut the deadly effects of sitting by up to 80%. Movement is medicine, and it works in minutes, not months. Let me pull everything together now so the full weight of what we just uncovered lands exactly where it needs to. We started with a simple question. Why do men die years earlier than women? And the answer wasn't fast cars or extreme sports or any of the dramatic things people love to blame. The answer was 5 quiet, ordinary, everyday habits that millions of men repeat without a second thought. Number 5 was the way most men drink alcohol. Not the falling down drunk stereotype, but the completely normal, socially accepted weekend pattern. 4, 5, 6 drinks in a couple of hours every Friday and Saturday night. That alone quietly robs the average man of 2 to 3 healthy years, and for many men, it steals 8, 10, even 15 once the liver damage, broken sleep, higher blood pressure, and lower testosterone all add up. Number 4 was chronic stress, the background noise most men carry like a backpack full of bricks and never take off. The constant, low-level pressure from work, money, family, the future, the past, everything bottled up because real men don't complain. Science now shows that living in that state shaves more than 4.5 years off a man's life on average. And it does it by slowly cooking the heart, the blood vessels, the immune system, and the brain from the inside out with a hormone called cortisol that was never meant to run 24/7. Number 3 was social isolation, the slow shrinking of a man's circle until one day he looks around and realizes the only people who really know him are the ones he pays or the ones he gave birth to. No deep friendships left. No one to call at 10 p.m. when the weight feels too heavy. No one who truly sees him. Large-scale research now ranks loneliness with smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It increases the risk of dying in any given year by 50% or more. And because it never hurts sharply, because it creeps in so quietly, most men never fight back until it's already done deep biological damage. Number 2 was poor sleep, the pride so many men take in running on 5 or 6 hours a night, wearing exhaustion like a medal. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Well, the data is brutally clear. Men who regularly get less than 6 hours live 7 to 8 fewer years, and every system in the body pays the price. The heart ages faster, blood sugar control collapses, inflammation skyrockets, hunger hormones go haywire, and the brain literally starts shrinking in the areas that control memory and decision-making. One single week of short sleep can make a man's cells act 10 years older. Do that for decades, and the bill comes due all at once. And then we reached the number 1 killer, the habit that shocked almost everyone because it feels completely harmless. Prolonged sitting. Sitting for 8, 10, 12, even 15 hours a day between the car, the desk, the dinner table, and the recliner. A 20-year study, over 120,000 adults, found that men who sit that much have nearly double the risk of dying early, even if they hit the gym a few times a week. After just 30 minutes without moving, the body flips into energy conservation mode. Metabolism drops, circulation slows, insulin stops working properly, inflammation rises, and muscle tissue begins to waste away. Do that day after day, year after year, and the damage is staggering. Higher risk of blood clots, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, stroke, prostate cancer, colon cancer, depression, dementia, and early death. Sitting is the single biggest reason men lose up to 12, sometimes 15 healthy years. And the craziest part? Most men never feel it happening. Now add them all together. 2 to 15 years from alcohol, 4 to 6 years from chronic stress, 5 to 7 years from loneliness, 7 to 10 years from poor sleep, 10 to 15 years from too much sitting. That's not a few years lost here and there. That's 20, 30, sometimes 40 healthy years quietly handed away one ordinary day at a time. But here's the part that should light a fire inside every man listening right now. Every single one of those years can be reclaimed. Your body is not fragile. It is not broken beyond repair. It is forgiving, resilient, and desperate to heal the moment you give it half a chance. I've watched men in their late 60s and 70s reverse blood pressure medication, drop 20 pounds, rebuild muscle, bring their energy back, and add high-quality decades they thought were gone forever. And they didn't do it with extreme diets or 2-hour gym sessions. They did it with the same small, consistent choices that stole those years in the first place, only now pointed in the opposite direction. You don't need perfection. You need direction. You don't need to fix everything today. You need to start today. And the most beautiful truth of all, the body starts responding immediately. Stand up after 30 minutes of sitting, and within seconds, circulation improves. Get 1 extra hour of sleep tonight, and tomorrow your blood pressure is already lower. Make 1 genuine phone call to an old friend, and within minutes, your stress hormones begin to drop. Have just 1 alcohol-free evening, and your liver starts repairing itself before you wake up. These are not long-term, maybe someday promises. These are biological facts. Your body is standing by, waiting for the signal that you've decided the rest of your life is worth fighting for. So before this video ends and the world tries to pull you back into the same old patterns, I'm going to give you 3 dead simple actions that you can complete in the next 24 hours that will immediately begin reversing every single habit on this list. If you do these 3 things, your comeback has already started. Action number 1. The second this video stops playing, stand up right where you are and walk for 2 full minutes. Around the house, down the street, to the mailbox and back, doesn't matter. 2 minutes tells your body the sitting era is over for today. Your leg muscles wake up, blood starts flowing again, metabolism flips back on, and you just neutralized the number 1 killer on the entire list. Do it the moment the screen goes black. I'll wait right here. Action number 2. Tonight, go to bed 30 minutes earlier than you normally do. Not 2 hours, not even 1 hour yet, just 30 minutes. That single half hour lowers blood pressure, reduces inflammation, gives your heart and brain the repair time they've been screaming for, and starts pulling you out of the sleep debt hole that's aging you faster than cigarettes. Set the reminder on your phone right now so life doesn't steal those 30 minutes from you. Action number 3. Before this day ends, reach out to one man you care about but haven't really talked to in far too long. A text, a call, a voice note, whatever feels natural. Just say something real. Hey man, just thinking about you. How have you been? That one message cracks the wall of isolation for both of you. Connection floods your system with hormones that lower stress, strengthen immunity, and literally add years to your life. One message, one conversation, one step back toward the tribe every man needs. 3 actions. 2 minutes of walking, 30 extra minutes of sleep, 1 genuine reach out. That's all it takes to start stealing your years back today. And if you're ready to turn these small beginnings into a complete roadmap that adds real, strong, healthy decades to your life, then do this right now. Hit the like button so this message reaches every man who still has time to change the ending of his story. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a single science-backed video we release every week. And share this with one man you love, your father, your brother, your son, your best friend, because the greatest gift you can ever give another man is the truth that his best years are not behind him. They're waiting right in front of him if he's willing to stand up and claim them. Thank you for giving me this time. Thank you for choosing to invest in the one life you've been given. Thank you for deciding that you are worth the effort, the years, and the fight. You deserve every extra sunrise you're about to earn. Take care of yourself, my friend, because the people who love you need you here, strong, healthy, and fully alive for a very, very long time. I'll see you in the next one.